don't normally record inside, so the past few episodes, I think the last one, so you saw me record inside, but this one is just a significant video, so that's the reason why I need to stay indoors, so I can get a better, let's say, audio quality, because I connect my mic as well, so, and yeah, so you can hear me with great aplomb. Clarity is very, very important, isn't it, in video like this. So now, I just need to stress on something very important, right? So when it comes towards political stuff, I am not the channel for that. If you're looking for political, no, exit ASAP. That's not the channel. The channel is about traveling and exploring to different places. So the reason why I'm doing this is more like a one-off, right? So this is my final episode about Poland, the 3-part episode, right? And I will do, because I will be focusing on other projects, you understand? But it's a place I've been fascinated by. So you already saw in the last few episodes, and of course in my previous documentary series I did in the country, right? So my channel is all about traveling to different places around the world. And I was fascinated by how affordable Poland is, and then how the things tend to flourish in so many good ways. I'm not trying to say Poland is the finished article, surely it's not. It's far from that. No country in my book is perfect. Not at all. You understand? So, but the thing is, like, when you look into the history and how far Poland have came, right, from a country, let's say, that was destroyed, decimated in the World War II, right, by German troops and other foreign invaders and whatever, right? And it's a country that has risen up from the dust, and then now they're doing so many good things, and I think it's best to highlight on some of these good things, right? So basically, I am not tied to no government official, and I don't accept no tourism promotion. I don't do that. This is not the channel for you. Everything you say is work. It's from me, right? I created everything, and this is just coming from a good place. Well, looking into the market reform, right? So Poland happens to be like the first Eastern Bloc country to implement a market reform to stabilize the economy, right? Of course, then the Balsanovich, I don't know if I'm saying this right. So of course, then the Balsanovich plan really aimed to stabilize the economy through liberalization, privatization, and of course an institutional reform. So this also helped to, let's say, to reduce hyperinflation, at the same time to make sure the market is flowing in the right order. So this is one factor when it comes towards the market reform. If a country wants to progress, you have to do a market reform, basically for ease of trading, for of course, and to help the economy to breathe, you know what I mean, from different revenue sources, but I will expand on that later. Well, another important factor, I'll say, that helps Poland to achieve such a, let's say, significant milestone in terms of, like, let's say, enhancing the different sectors, would it be like agriculture, science, you know, technology or whatever, right? And trade. Let's focus on trade. So this one is the ability to work with other nations, right? So in this case, let's say EU. I shouldn't speak because my country, we are no longer in the EU, right? And then now we're begging to get back into the EU. And I would love that, because I voted to remain, basically, and yeah, it doesn't look pretty now, isn't it? Poland joining the EU in 2004 surely has helped Poland to, you know, to continue to trade with other companies, or let's say companies, other countries out there. Of course, at the same time, companies from different EU countries, you know, and the ease in getting to the single markets, I think, and that is very, very important. And of course, in joining the EU also brought a lot of regulatory improvements in different sectors, and at the same time help stabilize, you know, the market, or let's say the industry within Poland. At the same time, because EU is such a huge market, right? So Poland can easily trade with a vast array of countries in the single market trade, you understand? So definitely I think this one is very key. So if a country wants to succeed they have to work together, and that is what the EU provide. I'm not trying to say it's all perfect, and surely some of the things, some of the practice or some of the laws and policies, and surely affect quite a lot of countries, But collectively, when you look at things in terms of doing business and trade, and then surely it helps not just the country, but it helps the people itself, because if you trade in a single market, different country trading, of course, then they will try to reduce the price and cap it in a way that a lot of the local people can have a more sustainable living, right? A perfect example is my country right now, because of the high cost of living, because we are no longer in the EU, right? We're not member states, so trading and importing stuff into the country, it takes a long time, and of course then prices of things tend to go up as well. So the foreign direct investment, or the FDI, surely we can say Poland has benefited significantly, being a recipient from investors coming up from different countries. So of course then for a country to be more productive, right, so they need to work collectively. So I've already talked about Poland integration into the EU, which is very key, and also when it comes towards investment from different countries, particularly from Western Europe, because let's face it, that's where the big money is, and of course the United States, the richest country in the world, So definitely those, let's say, companies from those countries, right, coming to Poland, they invest in due to the low, let's face it, low labor cost, because let's face it, Poland is still a very cheap country to live. Okay, cheap, it's let's say, maybe it's not a nice way to put it, let's say inexpensive place, so what it be for labor cost, and even to live if you are thinking to live in Poland. So it's fantastic in that way. And of course then the strategic location of Poland as well, so you can easily move around Europe, right, within Poland for such a low cost, you understand? So the location is very, very easy to do trade, because of the amazing transportation network, but I will get to that later. So definitely I think the FDI surely find Poland very attractive in this aspect. In spite, Poland is still a very affordable place to live, and the quality of the life of the people there, let's say, gradually, improving. And when you look into the income rises as well, so surely, so we can say, let's say the growing consumption rate, consumer spending surely on the rise as well in that aspect, and of course then the burgeoning middle class as well. So surely more people are buying stuff because they're in work, and you have to put this into factors, or take this into factor as well. Poland have the lowest unemployment rate, so a lot of people tend to work, even though they may not make let's say a killing compared to the wages you will find in the United States or in the UK or in Germany, whatever, right? But of course they seem to be content because of the low cost of living. They can afford the basic stuff, you understand? So definitely surely you can see when I was in Poland, I saw a lot of things that people are living pretty good life, and in a very safe place. So surely, and consumer spending is on the rise, and of course in that fuel into the economic growth as well. So it's fantastic in that aspect, isn't it? So yeah, another tick. Bloody hell, bro. Listen, mate, let me tell you, all right? If you want to succeed in life, right, if you want to be financially stable, honestly, you need to diversify your revenue income, isn't it? So, or revenue stream, something like that, right? And that is the most important thing in life, So you can't just rely on one place, especially the pandemic has taught us a vital lesson, isn't it? So, and that's what Poland done since the war, isn't it? So, and year by year and so on, of course, and they diversifying and in different areas, whether it be in IT, whether it be in science, or whether it be in agriculture, and surely this sector or very, very important, right? So focusing on different areas, not just focusing on one area, like let's say tourism, for example. Some countries only focus, mainly the income is coming from tourism only, right? But a country like Poland, they see an opportunity, like to diversify. If one area blocked, and of course another, they can just focus and rely on other areas going to start. So IT, science, education, very, 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 very important, isn't it? So of course then that helps the country to progress in the right direction. This is where their title came from, right? Remarkable. I mean, honestly, talking about the resilience, the remarkable resilience, right? So surely Poland demonstrates a remarkable resilience during the 2008, global financial crisis, right? And of course the subsequent Eurozone crisis as well. So definitely Poland happens to be the only EU country to avoid recession due to prudent fiscal policies, and I think that is quite extraordinary, isn't it? So when I discovered this, and I was like, oh my goodness, right? So definitely this is quite incredible. I'm speaking like I'm freaking patriotic, right? I'm not even born in Poland. I'm just a traveler that got fascinated by a country that is very close to home. You know, the only freaking thing is I don't like is the freaking weather. You know, bloody hell. You know, but definitely, I think that is quite incredible when it comes towards avoiding all of these recessions, right? Brilliant. So, of course, then the exchange rate as well, the policies as well, was quite, let's say, flexible, really. So that is all fantastic in that aspect. All right, the last 2 points I'll say is, this one's very, very important as well. So when we look into educational reform and workforce development, and surely Poland invested quite a lot of money into the sectors, and of course in training people, young people as well, giving them the right training so they can compete in the global market. I think all of this thing is very important, investing quite a lot on vocational trainings. I think all this sort of thing in a lot of countries, even in my country as well, we do that, but as of recent, the funding has cut down quite significantly in major areas in my country, and that has affected a lot of the productivities and as well as the creative mind of a lot of the people from my country, young British people, right? So I hope the new government can help and reinforce that, and of course, so the UK can also compete in the global stage. So anyways, and this one is fantastic. So the last and final one is which I really enjoy talking about when we look into investments into infrastructure. Of course, and this one is a very key one, right? In order for a country to maintain that, let's say, productivity, right, to continue to expand on their input and output, then of course then they have to have a, let's say, adequate infrastructure in place, whether it be like a road network or train. This is the one thing I really enjoyed while I was in Poland, traveling on the trains, and also it's at the ease and how inexpensive things are, right? So I just like the road network is pretty good for the most part. You know, I think it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? So these are all factors that help Poland to rise to fame in recent years, and it looks like the economy is surely very soon, if the UK not careful, it will easily surpass the UK. Not to forget, I'm very, very proud of my country as well. I don't want you to think because my country, the UK, is going through quite a lot at the moment, to say I hate it. Surely not. That's not the case. I'm really proud to be a British person, right? But of course, I really appreciate that Poland is doing all the sort of things. So hopefully we can learn from Poland. So that's it.